Alright everybody, we have Blaze versus Gust, Battlefield of Eternity. It is our winners match currently here at the end of the storm, North America. So currently to the left side, in blue, we have Blaze, and apparently they're looking at a false stat ban. Now of course, one of the heroes that is still in everybody's mind is Azul, and usually the way that it happens is that the first ban goes to whatever hero, and the second team has to ban out Azul if they don't want to deal with him. And that's exactly what happens here. Gust or Bust has been using the hero in the last game already when they were playing against Team Nom, and they want to make sure that Team Blaze doesn't get an opportunity to pick him here, so they ban him out right away. And for Blaze, this is now the opportunity to go into maybe a Li Ming. We've seen early picks on Rhaegar already. Zeratul is of course always a huge threat as well. So it's very much it's a bit of a question of style as well. What exactly are you going to try to play here? If you, for example, go for a bit of a bubble wipe combo, you want to put pressure on the back line, then you can go for an earlier Zeratul. Thrall is also a very, very beefy hero that we oftentimes see, also counteracted to a certain extent by a Sonya in a lot of cases. Blaze, therefore, with a very early Thrall, leaving Greymane open, leaving Li Ming open, Zeratul as well. We have Rhaegar still around. So there's a lot that Gust could do now to counteract that out. In the North American meta, also Muradin as one of the frontliners is extremely popular. Not only Cloud9 values him very highly, but we've seen other teams in Group A already go for very early picks on Muradin too, to have just that beefy frontline for themselves, with stuns, with the reverberation build and everything else that they have. At this point, as you can see, Gust is actually hesitating a little bit. On Battlefield of Eternity, pokes are definitely very awesome, and that's where Greymane comes into play. That's where you can play with Li Ming, for example. Poking on the Immortal is incredibly powerful there, and Greymane is using the cocktail usually for that. If you're talking about Li Ming, then it's the missiles that they're really trying to just put to the test. So if it ends up in that stalemate scenario in the middle when you go for the objective, then having one of the two or both of them is actually very, very powerful. And if Blaze doesn't meet that with poke on their own, then they will have to engage in a battle if they find themselves in the set stalemate, or they have to try and just rush in and take them down. And that's something that Gust or Bust is currently aiming their draft for. That poke, Li Ming and Greymane, both chosen. That allows Blaze now to pick up Rhaegar, which we have still seen picked highly prioritized by the teams. So it's very likely that we're going to see the Orcs together here. Together with Rhaegar, there's still Muradin, as I said, very highly regarded as a tank. He's probably the best tank currently in the North American meta when we're talking tier list. Maybe together with a hero like ETC, that just ETC mixes with so many potential combos that you have. But Muradin Thrall would be a very, very awesome frontline already. Very strong. If you put Rhaegar into the mix, then you have also great heals and also the shield, and it looks very much like it's going to happen. Oh, Blaze. If they go for Charism, we could Zeratul. All of them would actually work. If they go for a Charism, then it would already lean towards them picking another melee hero, because the more they're stronger when it comes to melee heroes your front line is, the more likely it is that you're going to switch into a Charism over a Rhaegar, because after level 16 with the Circle of Life, you get a lot of heals out of this one. But Rhaegar would be the normal choice, and they go for Rhaegar then in the end. So Rhaegar taken, Cho'Gall banned out. Now, I'm not quite sure if with that combo I would really go for Cho'Gall. Blaze has played Cho'Gall several times, no doubt about that. But right now, the Cho'Gall ban on Battlefield of Eternity, not 100% certain if that was really a necessary one. Muradin, Thrall, a Cho'Gall, that would have been a very, very melee-heavy composition there. And I feel you could have played around that quite a bit. But the ban is there. ETC also banned out now. As I said, he's probably number 2 when it comes to the warrior tier list for North America. Gust can still go for Johanna in this case. If they want to go for a solo tank, then they should definitely take Johanna. If they are going to try and play a double front line, they can mix things up a little bit. Could, for example, go into a Sonya plus X. We've seen couple of heroes. I mean, you could, for example, even go into Sonya plus Arturiel if you want to use the Sanctification there. Depends a bit. But if it comes down to hit point heavy heroes at the front line, the two that come to mind are really Stitches and Johanna. And then it's a matter of playstyle. And with what they currently have, very little lockdown, Stitches is becoming a little less likely. He's very decent on this map, Battlefield of Eternity, because he can get the hook in quite easily when it comes to the objective fight as is. But the problem is that normally you want to run it with lockdown. So if they wanted to play with the Stitches, they would probably be well advised to go, at least when it comes to supports, into an Uther that has a stun ready. Brightwing, Okay, maybe Brightwing Tacita. Brightwing really one of the supports that you don't see too often as a solo support. At least I don't see too often. Polymorph is great. You have also Rewind on level 20 available so that you have a double Polymorph. And if you go on level 16 for the greater Polymorph, which is going to increase the duration from 2 to 3 seconds, that's of course a lot of lockdown. But still...
not prepared.
Oh, Lunara. Yeah. Dirty Nova Picker. I'm just now realizing that. Alright, cheers, bro. There's that Stitches. Now, the Brightwing can go for the Polymorph. Has the Blink Heal. Vision on the map. I'm still a little bit surprised that we see Brightwing over the potential Uther. Depends a bit on their last pick as well, I suppose. But yeah. They showed a Lunara for a moment, so if they want to go into super poke heavy build, they could use Lunara here. Which would be a little bit crazy. Blaze is teasing Artanis. They're really trying to troll us a little bit. Tyrande with Rhaegar has been played several times by the European teams at the EU regional finals already. The cool thing about Tyrande on Battlefield of Eternity, as we already experienced in the series before, is still that you can use the extra damage on the Immortal. So that kind of helps. But of course it also limits your option a bit with the damage, and at this point Blaze is lacking range damage. Tyrande can be specced into attack damage as well, but she's still not the best hero when it comes to that. She can throw the owls out, she can get the searing arrows, so that all of that helps, but the question really is, what is your range damage going to be? Lunara might actually be something that they are thinking about at this point. We could see a Vala, which has been played a couple of times. An arrow build on this map can be strong. Wow, if they really go into a Zeratul here, that would be really melee heavy. That would be pretty incredible, to be honest with you. Because in that case, having that Tyrande around would make Tyrande the only ranged hero, and I don't believe that that will work too well. So yeah, they go into a Zagara instead. I like that choice. Zeratul is really strong, but having Zeratul with this setup feels a bit like you are putting your eggs really in one basket, and that basket is green and called Void Prison. So yeah. I like the choice to go into a ranged hero instead, and it is a Zagara over the potential Lunara or, well, let's say maybe a Vala, which we don't see too often, but got changed a little bit. Oh, old school. Gust or Bust is going old school style. Guys, most of you don't even remember that. There was a time, Daddy Khaldor is going to tell you a story. There was a time in the alpha where Zeratul Stitches was the shit. Because what you would do is you would throw out that hook, you would simply like hook a target in, and then everybody on the opponent's team would be like, jump in and save him! And what would happen? Zeratul says like, no you don't, jumps in, Void Prisons the entire rest of the team, and then suddenly you have one hero, everybody else is Void Prison, and then one hero is being like, oh shit, and gets obliterated. Doesn't really work too well if you have a hero that has a lot of mobility or a Bolt of the Storm at the end and just like jumps away into the Void Prison. But they are going old school style. So Stitches hook, Polymorph on the target, Zeratul Void Prisoning the rest if need be. Might not even have to. But yeah, they're going old school at this point. So boys and girls, game number 1 is coming up next. In the winners match here at the end of the Storm North America playoffs in Group B, we have Team Blaze in the winners match here going up against Gust or Bust. Game number 1 in the best of 3 series at the winners match in Group B here at the North America playoffs for the end of the Storm. To the left side of the map we currently have Team Blaze. They are blazing once again with Claudius on Thrall. We have you on Rhaegar, B-Kid on Muradin, Jason on Tyrande, and a big EMPCD on Zagara. And to the right side of the map currently we have Tomster for Team Gust or Bust, this time without Falstad, no Gust for them. Tomster on Greymane, Killusion on Stitches, Frozen X on Liming, Dark Chimera is playing Brightwing, and we currently have Talking Trees on Zeratul. Should be a fun game, a bit old school style here. Stitches, Zeratul is going to be played here. We're having also a block, by the way, on the side of Thrall. We have actually seen a couple of adjustments on Thrall here today already. Besides that, we're seeing Stitches with the sustain build going into Chew Your Food on level 1. And we have, well, Regeneration Master plus on Brightwing the Hyper Shift. And yes, just confirming it again, we have actually Brightwing in the game. Friend! Oh my god! What was that? Like, yeah, okay, my voice is not really made for this. I'm gonna try again later. I sound like a frog with like asthma. That's how my Brightwing imitation currently sounds. But you know what I'm aiming for. So Brightwing once again is looking for friends and actually found a few. We're gonna find out if she's gonna be able to make some plays here. At this point, we're having Brightwing as the solo heal actually, which is interesting, but at least gives us that polymorph. And of course also at the same time the shield, and Brightwing starts to jump into these fights. With Zagara, we have vision on the map. That's going to be very important, and a few of those creep tumors are already placed down in the mid lane. Besides that, we see the lightning bond taken. That's actually like one of those lightning talents at level 1 that is really helpful against Zagara too, but it helps you also to burst down an immortal. Oh, nice lockdown here. Brightwing without the blink heal is of course lacking a bit heal opportunities. Gladeus is in trouble. Oh, BK actually like eating a hook here for Thrall. Now, well, that went well for them, but yeah, that could have backfired. That could have been the first kill here, actually. I'm really tempted to use my Brightwing voice again and trying to make up for that embarrassment early on, but I feel at this point that I'm going to embarrass myself even more, so I'm going to wait a little bit until I feel it. But for now, the first Immortal is in the game, and well, we of course don't have level 4s just yet. So normally until at least 50% it's more about like the burst. You're trying to jump in, burst them down as fast as you can, and well, then you can actually like try to go for a bit of an exchange there. So the burst has happened. Now the question is, first of all, who's going to go straight? Both of them are just like bursting you down. They're just like saying like, ah, whatever. Brightwing is at the bot lane. Friend. Damn it. It's just not gonna work today. I sound like a frog on crack. So Brightwing did not have to jump in. That's why we see a slight experience lead. And let's face it, it's one of the good things about Brightwing, that she is able to just like jump on any point on the map, and therefore can soak experience on the offlane a little bit. So that usually helps you. There's the level 4, slightly faster. The blue team still got the Immortal, and that's already moving down to the bot lane. So in this case, we have Ilarion. I shall march for the Hell's Gates. Well, you march, buddy. You march good. Problem is he's not going to march for long, because right now, yeah, that Immortal is going to be dead. Gonna get a tower on the other hand. Totem taken on level 4 for a bit more heal. With good positioning, you can definitely get quite a bit of sustain over these fights. Whirlpool Blades for Zeratul doesn't really surprise too much. I mean, it's a standard build here. You're trying to leech onto a target, and in this case, it's going to be especially Tyrande. Tyrande later on in the game is going to be like, why me? Oh ho ho! Talking trees! What? Oh, Brightwing is there, and Zagara is dead. That didn't just happen. Zeratul, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Protoss is Imba. That was basically StarCraft, my life in StarCraft 2 within 10 seconds. You think you got that dirty Protoss picker finally beaten, and all of a sudden, like, the game turns around against you, and you, as a poor Zerg player, are suddenly eating, yeah, the shots and die. That's exactly 4 years of StarCraft summed up in 10 seconds for you, right there. So, well, the Dark Templar gets away again, the Queen dies, and that was definitely a bit of a turnaround that Zagara did not expect here. So it's currently the first blood on the side of Team Blaze. They're jumping in. Brightwing, by the way, went for the unstable anomaly here. And we have the Bust up at the top wall, trying to go for that level 7 now, of course, as well. Putrid Ground taken, charged Blast. And to the bot lane, a little bit of pressure play against B-Kid, but he's still here. Candy Muradin once again. Wanna have some candy? It's always getting creepier when he has it with Lily in the game. In this game, thankfully, it's only Brightwing. Brightwing always looking for friends, so that makes things even worse, I suppose, but still. I'm going to invest into that skin once that Blizzard also includes the Muradin candy, or Muradin Pedo Muradin mount, which is of course the windowless white van with a tear-stained mattress in the back. Now that you can't get rid of that thought anymore, well, you're welcome, everybody who owns that skin and likes to run it. Now you can't unthink that anymore. You can't unsee that picture. But yep, now that that happens, we can focus on the game again, where we have level 7 talents with a cooldown reduction, Blood and Thunder. That's going to be pretty awesome as well. So we're also seeing up at the top lane here again the burst potential, 50% of both the cores. Guess where Brightwing is? Far on the off lanes at this point. Here comes Khaldor, big hit. They're starting to burst that down, or attempting to. Brightwing gets the experience at the top. Greymane the one at the bottom. They're attempting to get ahead again. But so far it looks like Team Blaze is making this a little bit better. Right now they're jumping in. Here comes the kill potentially. Talking Trees is jumping away again on a Zeratul. Gets away. Tomster about to jump in. And yes, there we go. So, bam! That orb connects, but well, it's a little bit too late. Unless they get a kill in now. Because the problem still is that the Immortal... Oh, the hook! Haha! Stitches! Stitches wants to play. Well, Stitches got his kill. Great hook here from Stitches. Gets the kill, and that's, of course, good timing for them. They have to face the Immortal at the bot lane now. And with them going for Stitches, this is looking really cool. So right now, we're having, once again, Tomster in Collusion starting to move in. They're attempting, of course, to whittle those shields down so that the Immortal goes from ranged mode into melee mode. Has to commit a little bit more. Talking commitment, up at the top lane, Khaldor is in a little bit of trouble as well. Down to the bottom of the map, we have still that fort under a lot of pressure. Yeah, Collusion is already in position, and the drop, but also maybe the kill against Tomster. Oh, Brightwing to the rescue. Gets the shield in. Oh, the hook against Rhaegar. Nearly the kill. Not quite though. Oh, and the stun against Stitches. Like, wow, that was a back and forth for quite some time. First, Greymane is in trouble. Brightwing jumps in. They get the hook against Rhaegar. He's about to fall. Gets away, and then they turn it around against Stitches. That was really, really well done there. Khaldor up at the top lane is also running out of mana, by the way. Level 10 is, of course, what they're currently waiting for. And, well, Brightwing... I still can't really decide if Brightwing is a frog or a fairy dragon. Everybody's always saying fairy dragon. It looks like a frog to me. I can't help it. Twitch chat is probably going to agree on that. I mean, the frogs are always real when Brightwing finally appears in the game. But, well, for now, we're having at the bot lane, again, camps taken all over the place. So, guys, keep in mind that right now on this map, it's really important that you're trying to just, like, time camps, ideally with the Immortal spawning in the middle. But for now, with level 10, of course, what Blaze is going to try and do is make a bit of a play here. They won't really have the chance because now we have also level 10 ready for the team in red. And this is really the time where the Void Prison is going to come in. That hook didn't do anything, so yeah, he hooked like he didn't see that there was something right in front of him. That was one of the shortest hooks that I've ever seen. That's what she said. And this integrate now being used as well. Talking Trees is still waiting for a chance to maybe get that Void Prison in after a good hook. So he has to position himself now in a position, where he is at the side so that he can always get the Void Prison in after a hook if they really want to abuse that combo. They don't have to though. But yep, there's the lockdown potentially, but Brightwing isn't with them, so they can't go for the polymorph. Brightwing is still soaking experience at the bot lane, so that they're trying to, yeah, kind of make up a little bit for that, for the experience deficit that they currently have. Overall, Blink Heal, of course, is going to give Brightwing still a little bit of power at this point. Immortal is there again. Bot lane is currently being defended against. Brightwing is there. And now the chance to finally go for the Immortals again. And the blue team, every single time, they are the ones jumping in with the aggression and saying like this, Immortal belongs to us. So they are going straight for that move, but when it comes to plays, we could still see that hook, and of course Talking Trees is waiting for that Void Prison. Trying to go for the Void Prison here. We're having currently also Collusion waiting for that hook. Cooldown is still ready for him. Maybe the chance to get a hook against, yeah, ideally would be like Rhaegar Zagara. Zagara actually dodged this one quite nicely. But there comes Khaldor, the heal! Nice doggy, well done. Oh, the Maw. Sundering didn't do anything because the Maw was timed. And the Void Prison, I'm loving it. Great plays here. The ults first, the Maw, then the Sundering Whiff, and the save with the Void Prison. But Stitches is taken out. Well done. Really well done here. So, I love the Void Prison that we just saw, but Stitches, he was just a little bit too fat. Like, that guy has to go on a diet and do a bit more cardio if he really wants to make sure that next time he's not going to be trapped in the Void Prison. But besides that, he is, of course, like your buddy bear at the front line. This is always like the one thing that you have to do. You want to be like that tanky guy at the front, but then you want to be that linebacker style. 200 pounds of pure muscle. In terms of Stitches, is probably like a little bit more than that. And, well, at the same time, then when there's a Void Prison and you have such a huge model, then of course you have a bit of a problem. So, well, But at this point, Tomster is starting to move up to the top. We are currently seeing talking trees already there. They're waiting for the Immortal. And this is a 100% shield Immortal, by the way. 100% shields on the Immortal. We have 2 kills against 2. So when it comes really to team fights and kills, it's not looking too shabby at this point for Gust or Bust. But they are falling behind in experience, and this one is going to make matters worse. One of the main plays here is still that Brightwing is constantly on the opposite side of the map trying to get the experience. That's one of the biggest things that keeps them in the game. Like, you have to really realize that for a moment. It's really one of the big assets that they have right now, that Brightwing play. Sundering again not doing anything. Khaldor is really off his game slightly. Like, the first one was missed because of the miscommunication with the ball. Oh, Muradin. Alright, it was a great hook, but a good jump. B-Kid was just like, what the hell? I don't want to be here. Gets straight out again. That was good. Brightwing still at the bot lane, soaking EXP. Level 13 talents are there. 13 talents, and that gives us also for Thrall the Spell Shield. Spell Shield, Neutralisk, we have that Thunderclap, and it could be, well, more against a single target. They could try and burst it down. Oh my god, Brightwing, where was your blink heal? Apparently not ready. Does go down, and so does the keep. Blaze is playing a great game here. They're really playing a cool game. They are playing a very well-coordinated game. They have a bit of trouble every now and then with the hook, and also the communication in 1 or 2 of these teamfights was not ideal, but it was still good enough. And I mean, better whiffing a Sundering than allowing your ally to die. So in this case, it was just a bit of miscommunication, I suppose. They engage into a... What? Wait, what? Why would you... I mean, yeah, you have a Void Prison, but why would you engage into a 5 versus 4 without your healer? Say what? I'm not 100% certain what that thought process was there. You are down a hero, which is your healer, and you're also down a talent. That's usually the moment when you just say, okay guys, we're going to lose that camp. Let's not engage, because if we do, we're going to get killed. For some reason, they thought it was a great idea, and they started to jump in and lost 2 heroes now. So, and the camp. So, not 100% certain if that was the best play at this point, but, well, we have a 5 versus 2 in kills now. A 2-level lead at this point, thanks to that. And, well, Glass Cannon for Li Ming. Damage! Give me more damage! That's what Li Ming is currently thinking. Screw safety! Shield Dust is also ready, and we have also Wormhole for Gladiators. Sorry, not for Gladiators, for Talking Trees. I'm just picturing right now Wormhole on Thrall, and I'm just like, oh no. Nice move by Frozen X, moving into range to allow the Brightwing to go for the blink heal. But guys, this is for me, it's a bit of a now or never situation, to be honest with you. Because if that Immortal is spawning and we have now no level 16 ready for Blaze, then it's at least a fight on even talents. But if they don't make a play right now, then I don't know. I mean, you have to really make a move now. If you don't win this at this point, the Immortal, then what are they going to do? Like, I don't know. Brightwing is still soaking experience. By the way, look at the Brightwing experience soak. 8,700, it's not too bad. But yeah, they burst it down to roughly half HP. Now it's time to go for the team fight. It's the only chance that you are going to get in a long time. Either fight now, or you accept that you're going to lose keep number 2. That's basically the only thing that you can do. This is like the only thing that you can do right now. So come on, baby, give me that hook. Give me that hook. Ults are all ready. If he can go for the hook, that might be the chance that they need to go for the Void Prison in the backline and snipe someone, but he needs the hook against Zagara or against Tyrande. Zagara or Tyrande, one of the two. Throw that in, and, well, that's the stun against Stitches. He goes for the chew your food. They're jumping in. Putrid Bile used. Nice healing ward in the back. Sundering already used, but we have immediately that Void Prison only against Zagara, though. Here comes again Zeratul. They're getting really low, and the 16 talents hit. They hit, and they hit hard. The Stormbolt does too, and here comes that stun. Tyrande Muradin once again. Oh my god, also the kill against Brightwing. They have been the bane of any Squishy's existence for a long time, and this is a triple kill now, and it is going to end in the Immortal taken by Team Blaze. That is going to be it. Tomster is already on the run. He's actually going to get away, and that's a good chat. This is actually a good call, letting him get away. And some people will now think like, Khaldor, are you high? Why would that be a good call? Reason is quite simple. Well, first of all, you can kill Zeratul. That makes it even better. But if you chase Greymane for like a minute and a half, because he's just running away to the left side and he doesn't care, then you end up losing more time than it's worth it, because he has to go back anyways. And yeah, well, in this case, he might actually end up killing Khaldor. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's what he's going for. Bottom line, you lose too much time. You lose too much time that you can use to get the Immortal and then even push, because if you like lose too much time, then your opponent's going to be back with 4. So in this case, it was actually like a good choice to let him go. He might have escaped after all anyways. So yeah, that was actually not too bad. Yeah, that being said, Immortals are still there. They're actually like timing it, cover. So that actually they do. Like they do really time it a little bit and say they went back to the Nexus, they got hit points and mana ready so that they can push immediately with the Immortal. So that wasn't even me kidding. In this case, they are able to go in with the 16 talent versus 13 talents, and they have the Immortal to keep at the top lane is gone, and down here they have all the opportunities right now. Cooldowns are all ready, with the exception of Maw, and Maw will be ready for the fight. So that's going to happen for sure. And once that's the case, then yeah, we could see Zagara just like trying to get one from the side here. B-Kid is already hopping around on his Mirrodin. Well, Frozen X throwing with fire there. And as soon as Mirrodin came on, she was like, nope! And immediately teleports back. Alright, so the poke is there, but you can tell that the Immortal is just going to go through this. Like, 16 talents are ready finally. That's the slow, actually. Pulverize taken over the potential long range on the hook. We're seeing also greater polymorph. Hook, well, didn't really do anything here. At the same time now, once again, Immortal is on the core. Here comes the jump. Khaldor gets healed. Great Ancestral. Good doggy. Talking Trees jumps away. They are basically banished from their own base right now. And that base is under the full control of Team Blaze. B-Kid takes down Stitches. Khaldor is salty that he can't kill Li Ming, but they're still going for the core, and this is going to be it. Yes, the Void Prison is going to delay it a little bit. Zagara is saying like, dude, I can do that too. Hits only one, but they get the kill against Brightwing. Job well done. Team Blaze with the 1-0 victory here on, well, the 1-0 lead on Battlefield of Eternity against Team Gust or Bust. Game number 2, everybody. Timing. K-chan. Cheers, bro, for the sub. But yeah, game number 2 is on, and we have Garden of Terror. Not really what I expected, but apparently Gust or Bust chose the map. We got the draft a bit late, but we have bans on Rhaegar and also on Azul. So unfortunately, we don't get to see the Necromancer, but we are still going to have some Falstad here. So Gust or Bust, obviously, they are going for the namesake bird. The bird is in. We could see the carry pigeon skin once again, and I suppose that we're going to have Gathering Storm as the level 1 talent once again. The auto attack build is not as dominant as it once was. Team Blaze, then again, I mean, they really love to play with their Thrall. It might be one of the things that they're going to put into play once again. Garden of Terror, I mean, overall, the map is, of course, really big, which means that we could see, for example, the Vikings, and I'm not kidding, or an Abathur. The bigger the map, the better Vikings and Abathur are, and oftentimes when you're looking at a House of Doom, for example, the heroes are going to be played, or at least considered, and on Garden of Terror we could see something similar here as well. As expected, Thrall taken right off the bat. Together with that, it's a Grey main for damage, meaning that Li Ming is still around if Gust or Bust wants to add a bit more DPS to their own setup here, so that's one of the things that they could do. But towards the later stages of the draft, I could definitely see something like an Abathur here, or maybe even the Vikings. The last time, like, you don't get to see Garden of Terror a whole lot, but if it happens, and oftentimes we see bans on the heroes, or the teams at least consider going for them, and with Gust actually picking Garden of Terror, it could be that they have one of those drafts planned for the map here. So that could definitely be one of the things. I can't even remember when I saw the last time Garden on, like, in the competitive play. So first of all, it's an Uther that is being picked. Oh, wait, what? Uther Brightwing? I mean, yeah, I said that Brightwing is usually seen with a second support, but Uther Brightwing? Alright. Banning Rhaegar, picking Brightwing and Uther, and Team Blaze is immediately saying, like, yeah, let's get rid of Illidan. Brightwing is a great counterplay against Illidan. Uther is great with a shield. Then you have also like the blink heal and everything. So any kind of melee assassin could really start to capitalize on that quite highly. That draft is shaping up to be very interesting. Double support is not really unknown. We actually see that a lot, but I can't even remember when that was the last time that I saw Brightwing Uther. So Blaze, are they going to go into that Illidan ban? Or are they going to switch it up? I mean, they haven't selected. They haven't really locked it down yet. Could go for it. But I suppose that we could... Yeah, Illidan. is being denied. And what is Gust or Bust going to ban out? They really caught me a bit off guard with this. I did not expect that at all. Of course they ban a support. I mean, duh. You already limit supports with your first ban. You get a double support in. And that eliminates... That leaves Charism. I mean, Tassadar, Tirana, Charism are the choices. Then again, Blaze is saying like, hey boys, like, you know what? You can pick all the supports you want. We just gonna take all the damage. Well, we're not quite there just yet, but a Thrall already taken. If they pick Thrall Sonya, that would be a very aggressive frontline. Polymorph would be quite annoying against most of that. Basically what Blaze is currently thinking like this. Brightwing Uther are picked. What do they want to do? They want to play that with a Bruiser at the front line. So Blaze doesn't necessarily pick Sonya, but their thought process here is, we could pick all of that away. We have Thrall already taken, we banned out Illidan, the survivor is Sonya. If we take Sonya too, what can they actually use that they can put such a high focus on with that double support? That's what Blaze is currently thinking. And they're not quite sure if they should really do it or not, because, well, it would give a massive focus on the front line, of course. Muradin, first of all, taken. That buys them a little bit more time, since they were already running down the time pool. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there. I mean, you could, in theory, I'm just throwing it out there, I don't believe in it myself, but in theory, we could see a Butcher in this case. Especially if they don't take a Cleanse hero. Guys, like, this is one of the big things here. Keep that in mind. All these heroes that have been taken or banned have a Cleanse. The only hero that is still out there that has a Cleanse is Charism, and Charism was not picked. So, depending on what's okay, they go for the Sonya. Come on, guys. Like, come on. I was expecting like a balls to the walls pick here, but Sonya, yes, of course Sonya can capitalize on that, but still. I was like waiting for fresh meat. And yeah, as long as you don't have a Cleanse, the Butcher can be really, really, really scary. So there is no Cleanse. That would force Blaze into maybe Tassadar Charism. But, double support Murky, Octograb. Yoo-hoo! That would be something. So yeah, Sonya, of course, they could get the Divine Shield then, and then they could also use Brightwing. I mean, they can go on ETC, for example. Yes! Yes! They do it! Sonya and Butcher, I'm loving it. I didn't really think that they would go for both of them. I expected one of them plus an ETC or something. But now we have the Butcher. Are they gonna go into Charism to pick up that Cleanse, or are we gonna see something else? Zeratul, that could of course isolate the heroes here. They are currently dancing around a little bit. They have been, you boys have been teasing that Artanis already earlier. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. What? Guys, if I tell someone that we have a draft with Butcher Artanis, everybody is just like saying like, dude, what the hell have you been drinking? It's apple juice, I swear. Blaze versus Gust, game number 2. Guys, seriously. Bring your POC jams on, because Artanis and Butcher have been selected, and this is gonna be good. I hope you got a chair ready and a bit of popcorn, because we're gonna have some fun here. Alright boys, it is on. It is on. We are having an amazing draft here. Game number 2 between Gust or Bust going up against Blaze. First of all, we have Frozen X on Falstad for Gust or Bust. Killusion on Uther, and Tomster on the Butcher. Oh, fresh meat. And he wants it. Double support is going to help him out here. Brightwing played by Dark Chimera. We have Talking Trees on Sonya. And guess who? It is Artanis for Team Blaze. They are in the lead in the best of 3. We have a big impact on Greymane. Jason on Thrall. You on Tassadar. And B-Kid on Muradin. So yeah, I'm actually like a bit surprised that we did not see a Cleanse hero, a Cleanse healer on the side of Blaze after Gust or Bust did the best they could to ban or pick all the heroes with Cleanse away. To be honest, there were still a few left. Charism could have been taken, and Blizzard actually like was really eager to make sure that Charism can take Cleanse without giving up too much heal with the changes in the last patch. We could have seen a Malfurion. Oh, the Butcher with a Ruthless Onslaught, and Jason is down. Tomster is low as well, trying to get away, and escapes. So when I was talking in the draft, I actually even forgot about Malfurion. That's how often we see that old geezer. So Malfurion could have had that Cleanse too, but they decided to go into a Tassadar. And the problem really is that against the Butcher, if you don't have a cleanse, you are in trouble. And first of all, that's mainly, of course, because of the Ruthless Onslaught. If you can't really cleanse that out, then it's going to be like so annoying. Cleanse, of course, has a 60-second cooldown, so you're not going to be able to make that happen all the time. But already the stun again, and Greymane barely getting away. If you're playing with Butcher, then what you're trying to do is, of course, you attempt to just snowball. You really try to run your opponent into the ground and just like chase them through the map. We have, on the other hand, then Artanis in play. And it's quite a statement that if Artanis is suddenly being played, the big story is not him, but an assassin on the other side of the map. So Tomster going up against the reactive parry here. Khaldor against Tomster already. Here comes the Butcher. And he could go for another charge soon enough. There's the team rotating around. Fawcett is still up at the top, not going for it just yet. At this point already, they're starting to jump in. Here comes the Butcher, goes for the Butcher's brand, but there's a lot of friends that they brought with, and down he goes. He's already dead, and that's an issue now. Yeah, B-Kid is very low, but still, probably should have like switched targets here a bit. The problem is once the Butcher's brand is applied, you can't really do that anymore, or you're gonna lose that heal. We have a lot of block, by the way. And, I mean, that caters really towards the build and the composition that we are seeing here. Double block on Uther. When was the last time you have seen a block on Uther? One on Uther, the other one on the Butcher, and we're also seeing one on Thrall. With all those auto attacks that are currently coming in play here, both of these teams are saying like, alright guys, we have to switch things up here a little bit, and I'm loving it. Not only do we see Garden of Terror, but we have a very, very unique draft here for sure. They go for Muradin, and Tomster here, the Butcher, yeah, he needs his meat stacks of course as well. They're trying to dart in right now on level 4, already the protective shield for Uther. They're going full support for the Butcher. It's really the one hero, this is their win condition. It's the hero that everything hinges on. And it tells you a lot that they didn't even go into a tank like ETC at his side, but into a Sonya. Even more damage at the front line. After we had the reactive parry for Artanis, we're now also seeing the Templar's Zeal, which is also pretty cool. So play down, cool dash, recharge on his part. And Venom taken for the Butcher, even more aggression. And yeah, of course, why wouldn't you go for aggression here? But like also just like slamming that plant into the ground. And that's a pretty nice split in seed so far. But well, we're not over with that yet. We have to go to the top lane where the party is going to continue. The red team is already on the job, trying to jump straight in. And Greymane with the shield here. Of course, Tassadar doesn't have Carlos Embrace just yet, but the Leeching Plasma. Here comes Brightwing as well. And I still sound like a parrot. It doesn't change. Here comes that attack against Thrall, though, and he is down. The Butcher, he feels good at this point. A Batman. Maybe not quite, but he roughly has the same impact. Tomster is trying to get in at this point. We have Frozen and everybody else just like dancing around the plant. They want the seeds. And currently we have a big surplus actually for the red team. And now the blue team is starting to fight over this one. Thrall is starting to make his way slowly back. Brightwing gets slammed by the plant, and goodbye Shitbird. Brightwing down, here comes the Butcher on the other hand. Muradin gets shielded, Greymane goes in, and they're trying to go for him. Oh, the Butcher is getting blasted away. Oh my god, like that was actually so close. Why did nobody help him? Oh, nice move by Artanis. Cool swap there. They're trying to go for Sonya and they get the kill in. Well played by Blaze so far. 5 versus 2, the kill count here. And yeah, I really feel that with a bit of a different targeting in these situations, the team around like Gust or Bust could have probably made a bit more of a play there. When it comes to experience, when it comes to seeds, it's still roughly the same level. So don't forget that, right? I mean, like, yes, they lost a couple of heroes there in those last few fights, but in experience, they're not too far behind, and they didn't lose too many seeds either. The most important part is that the Butcher is going to get his meat stacks back up at the bottom of the map, and we're having both of the teams now on level 7 with the Psionic Synergy taken on the side of Artanis. So Blade Dash, once again, like it's a lot about like cooldown reduction overall. That's like the most important part. With the Templar's Zeal, with the Psionic Synergy, cooldown reduction is really going to be like the one thing that Artanis is looking for. We have also Abattoir taken, which is going to increase the meat stacks to 35, and it's also going to make it a little bit easier if you die, since you don't lose all of them. Besides that, Cleanse has been taken for Uther. Talking Uther, by the way, like he's trying to get away and he is escaping, but oh, is he? Yeah, he is, but barely. Artanis dashing through the gate and saying hi, and that was something. So well, for now, we're having still like a massive onslaught over here, and Talking Trees is trying to escape, and he's just like, what the hell? Sonya doesn't like that at all. Level 10 is, of course, going to be a very interesting talent again, since in this case, we have a couple of options. The Butcher could, for example, like go straight into the Furnace, which is really cool as well. But guess what? We're having, besides that, still Tomstad down to the bot lane. And also, what's going to be a pretty interesting move, like actually at this point, I guess it's going to be Wrath of the Berserker. I'm always like excited when I see a Sonya because I secretly hope that she goes for leap. There's nothing that's cooler than a great leap there, but still. So Tacita, so far, by the way, we have really talked a lot about like potential cleanse heroes, but I have to give some credit here to Tacita, especially here to you. Great plays thus far, especially like the shields that we've seen during the last fights, the team fights, were absolutely spot on. Right now, the preloading on the shields with the Carlos Embrace on level 7 has of course started as well, so that's going to be pretty important for them in those fights. But this is one of these things where Tacita had already a quite nice impact on it. The question is he later on going to be able to really have an impact on the game after the 10s have been hit? And for now, we have also go for the throw taken. We are seeing the suppression pulse, and that is actually one of the main reasons, I swear to God, why they went for Artanis. It is an amazing talent if you're talking massive auto attack. And look at the build on Falstad. He doesn't even go into the Gathering Storm, which has become a bit more of a standard since Blizzard made those changes for the bird. But instead, they went into Seasoned Marksman, and they went into the normal auto attack build. So we have Sonya, we have Butcher, and we have Falstad. All the damage heroes relying on their auto attacks. And guess what that leaves us with? Exactly. That leaves us with Suppression Pulse being a brilliant heroic ability. So this is going to do so much. If that actually hits and you get that 4-second blind, that basically means that a team Gust or Bust is not going to do any damage. The Furnace has been chosen, the Wrath of the Berserker, both of the teams have a plan ready now. Up at the top lane, we're already seeing in this case the red team going jump straight for this one. Brightwing hasn't chosen a talent yet. What's it gonna be? Well, actually, like thinking about it, it doesn't have to be Blink Heal. Yeah, well, they're trying to just like force B-Kid back a bit. They don't have to go into Blink Heal. I actually like that. To be honest with you, I really would like to see Emerald wins here, especially because of that suppression pulse. I'm not even joking. Usually would of course say like Brightwing, yeah, of course we want to have that Blink Heal. Why wouldn't we? But in this case, once the suppression pulse is chosen and they try to engage upon you, then Brightwing with the disengage could be great, because if you fight while you're blinded, you're not going to get any damage in. So that is actually like a very good choice here. It's a very good point. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. They can go into both. Here comes the Divine Shield. Unfortunately for them, it's more of a safety net than anything else. Of course, ideally, you want to use the Divine Shield together with Butcher when he's starting to charge in and he tries to just like tear the opponent apart there with his big cleaver. Cleave them a new one, so to say. Talking Trees? By the way, like, who's more perfect to put into the plant like a guy that's called Talking Trees? Like, I can just imagine a plant sitting in a corner somewhere and, like, telling stories like Grandpa Kane. Just, like, going, like, good old, like, stay a while and listen when I was a sapling. The picture, man. Jesus, why did you do that? Perfect name for a perfect plant. Plans on both sides, of course, now trying to just like get a few structures down, but especially the one down to the bot lane is currently being, yeah, pressured quite a bit. And, well, he has to get away. That's another problem, of course. Yeah, Sonya, like, nice attempt, but you don't have level 13 yet. Did you see that? Sonya gets away, but how cool was that magical, that spear there? Sonya just like saying, please hit something, trying to get away there. That didn't really work. Okay. Oh my god. So currently Tomstad, Illusion and Frozen are up at the top. Greymane, they took him down here in the rotation. That was pretty decent. The teams are both aiming for 13. There's the Emerald Wind right now. Okay, that works. That's perfect. As I said, I'm really liking the talent here in this case. Level 13 with the Spell Shield on the side of Thrall. We have again a single target damage with a Thunder Strike. And the Face Bulwark has now also been chosen for Artanis. So, like, reducing ability damage, like, overall is, of course, gonna be really, really cool for him. Especially with also on level 10 now, the Furnace Blast taken. I mean, it's one of the talents that you really want to have. That's also why we see Spell Shield on Thrall, just to give you another example. Besides that, we have also the Shrink Ray now taken here. We're seeing the Shield Dust as well. And for now, Falstad still waiting up at the top lane here. I mean, you can always fly in and go straight for it. Down to the bottom of the map, we have a bit of a setup there. Oh, look who's in the bush there. Muritan in the bush. Yeah, but Butcher can't really like capitalize on that. You can really tell they're all dancing around each other. They know that when it comes to a team fight, it's gonna be that massive blow up, but nobody wants to risk it just yet. They want to wait for a nice opportunity. And, well, that's the chance that they have to jump in, maybe. Like, if they see one target, they can really go for it. But that fight is gonna get so... it's gonna get so ugly and so dirty so fast. With Suppression Pulse, Furnace Blast. If you are able to coordinate all of that properly, then you're in a really good spot. But that can turn around fast. Like, one single ult at the wrong time, and you are in trouble. Imagine the Butcher running in with a Furnace Blast, Suppression Pulse is cast, and he's just like sitting there, and he's just like, well, and what are you going to do now? After the blast, you don't do anything. Here comes the fight, Furnace Blast is there, he doesn't know where to go! They get the kill! Oh my god, what a great Gust! Gusting them into it, actually! And now the kill against Greymane. Holy cow! Brightwing is trying to get away. We still have the Divine Shield ready. The kill against Artanis! Oh my god, they go for another Ruthless Onslaught. Artanis is dead. So much for the War Chief. And here comes a potential kill against B-Kid. Where is that Dwarf Toss when you need it? He's trying to jump. B-Kid on the cooldown. Talking trees. No, they don't get him. They don't get him. Wow. But what was that? The savage charge here, by the way, is his 13th talent. Did you see the Butcher when he went down there? He just ran around in the circle. He was like, I'm gonna kill you all. And he didn't really lash onto anybody. And finally he found a target, and Frozen X actually went straight into the Gust and gusted them in. That looked hilarious. It was brilliant. And they get the kills in. The Suppression Blast was actually, a Pulse was pretty decent. But still, Brightwing with a disengage there for a moment. And they get their kill. 6 kills against 7 now. 50 versus 14. And I mean, in this situation, the kill against Sonya that we just saw is a big problem at this point for the team in blue. Because they can't go for the seats at the top. They had a really nice job done at the bot lane where they not only won the fight, but they also got the seats. The problem is, ideally, they would have tried to rotate to the top lane and contested the seats top. They couldn't, though, because Sonya was already there going for the small camps, getting jumped and taken down. So, yeah, that was quite interesting. Talking damage, by the way, Sonya on 23,000, the Butcher on 22,000 right now. We're having 18,000 hero damage on Artanis. And, well, let's see if they can get a kill here. They're already trying to rotate around again. They want to have Thrall, I suppose. The War Chief. No, they go for Mirrodin. Well, there's... Oh, okay, so... Oh, that Sundering interrupted. One down, and now they go for B-Kid. There comes also the Gust that has been used as well. Mirrodin is trying to get away somehow. And he's going to escape, most likely. The problem is that we have this happening at the top lane in the meantime. There's a plant, and guess what that plant is doing? That plant is currently taking down the keep. So that's going to be pretty cool as well. They're having Shield Surge already. Oh, wow. Nearly flying into it. Yeah, Shield Surge taken there too. So all about sustain. A plant also over here. This is a trade of fort versus a keep. Why would you ever do that? Why would you do that? They actually took that trade. I can't believe it. They want to have the kill, and now they took the fort in the mid lane, but they're starting to lose the game here. The Butcher is coming in once again. Ruthless Onslaught with Enrage now, even on top of all of it. So, yeah, here he comes again. Jumps in, wants to go for the kill. Denied. With a nice force wall here on the side of you. Tassadar really starting to make his play, and that is pretty sweet. So things are actually looking pretty solid still for Team Blaze, even though they are starting to fall a bit behind when it comes to the last few team fights and kills. Trees still fighting. Here comes the Sundering. They're trying to go for the jump. And once again, the Mighty Gust being used. Emerald Wind is still there. The Butcher is rushing in once again. Suppression Pulse is hitting everybody. Furnace Blast. He goes for, well, he goes for the Dwarf. And, oh, Thrall. The War Chief is done with. And they are trying to go straight for Greymane next. Tomster is there, his cooldown is of course still going to be up for another roughly 10 seconds. And they are starting to jump in again. 27 extra damage, by the way, on the side of Falstad with the Seasoned Marksman at this point. Again, the Ruthless Onslaught, but cancelled and denied. Didn't want to go in too deep for this one. 8 kills against 7, and that momentum wave that we're seeing here, this is brutal. But still, keep at the top lane is still down. I know it looks cool when the Butcher charges in and when they get their kills, but this is still the result of the last few minutes. The keep has gone, and that is a pretty big problem right now. So we have Dark Chimera currently over here. Like, by the way, just numbers once again. Like, if you look at healing, for example, Brightwing is at 38k. We have Uther on 29k right now. Hassada still with really decent job, 41,000 thanks to the preloads on the shields, really helping him. But now Knight is falling once again, and both of the teams are going to aim for these seeds. So that's going to be one of the main things at this point. Frozen, Killusion starting to move up to the top lane, trying to get a camp. That relieves pressure from the top lane, which is going to be important because the keep was already taken down. And with the same thought, just the reverse, we're seeing this bruiser camp taken to put even more pressure on it. So yeah, the top lane is definitely going to be a bit of a thorn in the side of Team Gust or Bust. And they're starting to just move in again. Here comes the Butcher, and Thrall is hating his life right now. He's like thinking like, why me? He has a spell shield and everything, but he just what was that? Really? Tomstar is looking at Force and he's like, dude, are you shitting me? Did you just do that? He goes for the Furnace Blast and then he just gusts them away. I mean, I can understand why. He was afraid that the Butcher would die here, but Tomstar was probably really salty at that moment. I know I would have been. That was kind of unexpected. 2 kills still. Greymane and Thrall are down. But oh my god, what happened there? Like, guys, we need to talk. We need to talk. Killusion and Tomstar is still there. Stun against BKid. Look who's waiting on the other side. Okay, he sees that. Does he? Well, there comes the jump. Tomstar, he wants his kill. But I'm Batman. Jumps in again, tries to go for the kill. This time the Gust is a little bit better, and here we go. BKid is once again on the run, and the Butcher is like, alright, screw that dwarf. He is based, he's 2 hit point heavy. I'm gonna go for the other guy. They're jumping in, good sundering though, and this time he could turn around them. Team Blaze is trying to make the comeback here. It's not looking too shabby. They're trying to go for the kill. Oh my god, it looks like it could again be Artanis this time. He jumps out, dashes in, and he is dead. The Butcher still moving on. Divine Shield on him. Double, triple kill, and they get it. Really well done here. Level 20s by now to the Butcher against Artanis. And yeah, it's the guy with the big cleaver that is currently making the plays here. We have 13 kills against 7. And now we see Falstad also with a Nexus Frenzy. Screw Epic Mount. Who needs that? I want damage. I want damage, baby. Usually we see a Bowl of the Storm on the Butcher. I'm a little bit curious to see what he's going to go for. The plan is already moving straight through the middle of the map, and, well, it's still... Like, when we talk structures, it's still a lead, by the way, for Team Blaze. I mean, we've been focusing a lot of the Butcher and his plays in this entire setup now, but when it comes to the map itself, then we still have a lead for Team Blaze. The problem is that they're now going to face a double plant, and that makes things really, really ugly for them. So Dark Chimera is already trying to go through the wall. Big Impact is going to have, yeah, well, a pretty annoying time dealing with those pots. But we have a double plant, as already mentioned. And Sonya starting to move in now as well. So here comes again Dark Chimera. We have Frozen. Everybody is in position. Everybody lining up once again. The Butcher is looking for an opportunity. Is in the back line. And he's like, oh, more fresh meat. That's what he's currently waiting for, and everybody else is scared shitless right now. Look at Thrall, he doesn't even want to go in. Usually Thrall is the first one to engage, and he's just like saying like, yeah, not me, Muradin, you go ahead. You do this, boy. I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you, Muradin. You got this. You got this, bro. Muradin is trying to go for it, and well, once again, no 20s yet for Team Blaze, but that keep is still not down. It's gonna fall most likely, but it's still keep for a keep. Here come the 20s finally, and now we're having the Hunter's Blunderbuss taken. We have also the Storm Shield. That's gonna make the life of the entire team so much easier. Keep is gonna fall. It's down. 1 keep for a keep at this point, but what is Artanis gonna go for at this point? Yeah, yes, there we go. The Orbital Bombardment. A 10-second cooldown. Alright, so we have a lot more blind now. You can use that thing twice, and well, we already know that Butcher, they hate that. Jason moves in. Are they going to go for the engage? We still have the heroic abilities ready. They could go for it. Here comes the Sundering. They're trying, and they get the kill against Failstad. Failstad is down. Uther as well. Redemption, keep that in mind, is going to bring him back, and they know that too. Guess where they're going for? But Divine Shield should save him. He should divide himself here, and he does, but now Emerald Wind used. Okay, pushed away. They can go for the fort in the mid lane right now. Guys, that game. Like, my personal special moment was still when the Butcher was going for the Furnace Blast and was like, I got this. And then we had that mighty Gust pushing everybody away. That was my favorite moment of this game, I suppose. But so far we have 13 kills against 10. When it comes to damage, I know you guys want to see the damage numbers, right? 49,000 currently on the side of the Butcher. And how much do we have for Artanis? 28k. But still we have him at 125,000 siege damage. That's not too bad. I mean, that's about as much as Brightwing has. Yes, you heard right. Brightwing has 123,000 siege damage at this point. So that build on Brightwing, I'm going to show the case that you with, where's the level 4? There we go. Well, actually not. With, yeah, just the build overall, like that change that Blizzard put in, really putting that in. I actually thought for a moment that he went for the Unstable Anomaly as well, but guess what? He didn't. He went for the Manic Pixie. So additional heals for him. The double support, Butcher support is really working quite well here. And, well, the Butcher wants to go for a potential kill again. He's just like that guy that sits in like one of these bushes and waits for an opportunity to dart in. It's so scary, by the way. I mean, like, we've been kidding a lot in this game, but it's really scary if you have that Butcher that's charging towards you and you don't have cleanse. Again, where's that bloody cleanse? Charism, that would have been a great pick. Look how many frontliners you have. Look how much melee there is. Cleanse would have been great on Charism. It's so much better right now on Charism than it was before, now that Blizzard changed the level 7 talent a little bit. Here comes the plan. They're trying to go for maybe even core at this point. Brightwing can't jump in. Knight is, oh well. And it's gonna be maybe lights out for Uther again, not quite disengaged. Thundering Brightwing! Brightwing is dead, Brightwing is down, but the plan is still on point. The plan is on point. The shields are still there. Furnace Blast. B-Kid moves into it. He doesn't care. He's mirrored in. Why would he? They go for the core. They're trying to burst it down. But what about the Butcher? Can they annihilate him? They're trying to. Force it is there too. Here comes the Psionic Pulse. And yes, that is the blind again. Oh, Sonya gets taken down. 18 points on the core. They have to go for the finish. They have to go for the finish right now. They're lacking three seats, by the way. Are they going to go for the seats in the plan, or they are just going to try and cross the map and end the game? They should have the damage. It's 40 seconds, 25 on Brightwing, 15 seconds on Emerald Wind. They should be able to get that as well. So right now, they're starting to move over, and yeah, they're going to try and end the game here. This could actually be it. This could be the 2-0. GG already called! Yes, there it is! They're going to finish it. They're going to finish the game. They also pathed the way for the catapult to move in. I can't believe this game. What a match there. Brightwing is going to try to Emerald Wind, but I don't think it's going to buy them enough time. Nah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, Brightwing on the way here. This is going to be it. And yeah, of course, Brightwing, by the way, the numbers, of course, I just forgot that we are on Garden, actually. Garden Terror, of course, playing a little bit of a role here with those numbers as well. But besides that, Brightwing surviving as the only one here in the end. And the GG call, great play. What a cool match to finish this best of 3 series. Well played. Congratulations. Really well done. And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on Khaldor TV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to Khaldor TV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you. And I'm going to see you next time with even more videos here on the channel. So have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.